What is up everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another episode of Black Ops 6 Zombies. My name is Miles Rowe and in today's video we're gonna have a look at my best kind of advice or tutorial on how to complete the Terminus Easter egg solo without being onto the directed mode. So with that being said, please stay tuned to the end because we have a lot of stuff to go through, including the Crab Island Easter egg, the Mega Stuffy Easter egg, as well as how to defeat the Patient 13 by yourself. So, with that being said, let's have a quick look at the first thing that we need to set up, and that is our loadout. So the weapon of choice for the beginning, which is I think the most important thing, it's model L in my case, and if you have gone through the prestige levels, I have gone with the STG look, but that's the build on the screen. And once you have set up your build, just bear in mind the other few things are also important, so please make sure to equip your smoke grenades and also a C4. Now, in terms of field upgrades, ideally it would be Eater Shroud, but in my case, because I had to reset my prestige mode, the only option available when recording this video was the energy mine. So, first things first, as you guys have seen, we had to activate the kind of rage essence, and that basically just kind of makes zombies a bit more aggressive when they come your way, so don't be scared of it. I think the most important thing is just to move a bit more often on the map, and I think if you get used with the movement in this first phase of the map, you'll be absolutely fine. So one of the other things that you probably will want to make sure you do is to just set up your loadout on the wall buy, and by doing so you'll be able to be buying the weapon of choice. We've got the first Stuffy there, so we're just gonna collect them throughout the video, and then eventually we're gonna use it. So once you have done your first round, I think this is where you just have to kind of make sure you survive until about round 6, when you have the flying things kind of coming your way, and once you have those, that's when you want to switch off the rampage mode. And by that point you probably will have enough essence to kind of start moving a bit forward. And I think the most important thing, as I said, is just to make the most of these first 6 rounds and just make sure you can puzzle your power-ups and essence basically as much as possible. So the most essence you would usually get is by getting your zombies in one nice line, and then when you start shooting in them you naturally get a few more extra points. Also powered up with some power-ups drops by the zombies, that's also handy. So make sure to keep an eye on the double points, the bonus points, as well as the insta kill, because these are things that will definitely make your essence grow a bit faster, and in the same time, you know, make the most of the first waves that you're using the rampage inducer. Also, when it comes down to nukes, just be careful. It's naturally a thing where you kind of see the power up, you want to go towards it, but you know, try to manage yourself and not to jump head first, because sometimes you can damage your initial round. So just be mindful of that, because I think you'll be probably better off to just use it at the end of the round rather than, you know, mid round or beginning of a round. So just always kind of take a step back and see what sort of power up it is, and then go and use it. Right, so we switched off the rampage mode, so now we can actually move on and unlock some doors. Now, the most important thing right now is just to make sure you're leaving a few zombies behind you, not necessarily to start the machine now, the energy machine, because if you do so, you might find yourself a bit overwhelmed. So just make sure to kind of train the zombies a bit, kill a few of them, get a few more extra points, and then go back and turn the power on. Also guys, with Model L, I think the reason I prefer it against other weapons is that it does a lot of damage, and even at a later round you'll see that the weapon kind of holds itself pretty well. And also if you put the suppressor on it, you get loads of salvage points. So by doing that, again, is just kind of setting you up nicely for the first part of how to complete this Easter egg. And you know, in my opinion, even though it doesn't have necessarily a lot of rounds, they are a lot more efficiently used. So compared with some other choices that you might have in terms of LMGs or even XM4 with the 100 round mag, I think this is actually holding itself pretty well because of the damage that he deals with. So now I think we're in a safe spot, so we're gonna switch on the power machine, and we only have one zombie that is chasing us, so that's absolutely fine. We just now need to make sure none other zombies are chasing us.
I'm afraid Dr. Modi escaped in a mini-sub as your warheads.
Okay, so next thing that we're gonna want to do is to go downstairs in the lab and also activate the power there. But before that, probably the thing that you guys will notice me doing here is just kind of powering through the first parts that needs to be unlocked. And also, don't forget to always collect your 3 points. I've missed one upstairs, but we're gonna go and pick up later. Get our Stuffy from inside the cave. We actually missed one upstairs, but we're gonna do that one at the end. Kill this guy here. Again, I think the aim of what we're doing right now is to make sure we take advantage of that one last zombie that was left upstairs and just kind of make sure we turn the power on without a lot of zombies kind of chasing us. So always try to have this as an aim when you do certain in-game missions, because the more zombies you have on your tail, the harder it will get, and you know, obviously you're gonna kind of lose some of the focus. And I think it's a lot easier to just, you know, train the zombies around you, get rid of them, and then crack on with the mission. Perfect. So now with the mission started, what we're gonna want to do is to collect a few more points from here. Jumped a bit too early.
Dr. Peck, we have boots on the ground who can search for the hard drive. They will find it.
There we go, third time lucky. So the next thing I would need to do is to put my C4 inside the upper part of the lab, and by doing that, it's gonna guarantee us some double points. So we bought ourselves the energy rounds, and those will be crucial for the next part of the Easter egg, or actually the mission of the Easter egg. So we got the rounds, we put the C4, let's get Stuffy from here as well. And now let's go and turn on the ramp. Again, we're quite lucky that we have one zombie left, because this guy is just going to chase us throughout now. But bear in mind, the more you distance yourself from the zombies, the likelihood of the round ending is quite high, because they will somehow, you know, die, and then your round is finished. So just bear that in mind. It's one of those things that you need to be kind of close by just to continue the chase to happen. If not, they will automatically die, and then you're jumping into the next round. Okay, so I distanced myself a bit from the zombies. This is just to prevent them jumping on my platform. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna wait on the Pack-a-Punch and get the first and second electric shot done.
I'm old enough to know random targets.
I could easily put this on the Model L as well, but I think it was just easier to put on the pistols because this will be the weapon that we'll be using later, so at least you take advantage of the ammo mode for later in the game as well, so just bear that in mind. So we've opened this, and now because we still have that one or two zombies chasing us, what we're gonna want to do is to turn on the computers, and we got the first one just up here. Second one is just opposite, so again quite easy to get to. And then the third one is the one downstairs. And our third one is just here. Now, while we are downstairs, we can also take the boat and collect our next stuffed animal from the crab island. You could easily do this also when you do your crab Easter egg, so just whatever kind of suits you. But in my case, I've chosen to do it now. So you can easily go here, you have to crouch, and then you pick it up. You might find that when you're on higher rounds, this might can get a bit difficult because zombies are quite faster, so you sometimes might find it a bit tricky to kind of collect that last animal. So just make sure to do it early on, because by doing so you kind of set up nicely. So the next stuffed animal we have, it's here on the wrecked ship, and it's just here by the big light pole. And now we only have one Stuffy left, and that's the one on the bridge. Okay, now we can go upstairs and collect our multi-phase generator, and this will help us continue the mission. Now this was gonna spawn a few zombies here, so we're gonna go by them. We're gonna let them alone, because the point of what we're gonna have to do is to puzzle this with the double XP point, get the weapon packer punched, and just make the most of the essence we get. So we just have to put a code in.
It wants numbers. Now what?
I could be persuaded to crack that code for the right price.
New and improved peck my ass.
I offered to help, extended an olive branch, but apparently your stubbornness wins the day.
And now I would like to get my pistols pack a punch. So we have the platform upstairs. Just gonna get this done.
Easy as I feel. This should work.
And now we're gonna activate our small basketball essence Easter egg. Just have to shoot over there. Which I got down. No biggie, we're gonna use also revive. So by activating the Easter egg, this will kill all the zombies initially, but they will be revived afterwards. So what we need to do now is to just get all the double points from killing the zombies and get the essence from the Easter egg. So this is going to guarantee you, if you puzzle it with another round of zombies, another 7, 8 or even 10,000 essence points, which is great because for round 7 to have this in the bank after you've powered up your weapon, it's pretty cool. So just bear that in mind, try to use it together and you're gonna have loads of essence points to play with.
Is a survivor. I am confident he is still out there somewhere, being all dark and moody.
Now we're just gonna want to get rid of as many zombies as we can, left a few, and we're gonna go and do our Crab Island Easter egg. Again, I think the most important thing is to do it when it's quite early on in the game, because the zombies are not as aggressive, and by doing so, it's just kind of, you know, guaranteeing you to be able to take the time and do this Easter egg completely. So we can buy an armor vest as well. We go about there. One other thing, we're gonna get our PhD flopper now because we have enough essence, and this will prevent us being blown away from our own weapon. So once we get to the crab island, we just want to aim at the base of that tree. And now you see the first set of crabs here. So you want to interact and press the melee button and then crack on with getting the best score you can. Now, if you're on controller, you might find this a bit difficult, so I will suggest if it doesn't come up from the beginning, you might want to restart the game and try it again. But it's once you get the hang of it, it's pretty straightforward, and you can definitely complete this quite easily. The goal is to at least try to have one crab per round, or if you're missing one, try to get two afterwards, and this will guarantee you to complete it. On the first one, just underneath the tree, that's guaranteed to get a perk. The one over here, it's guaranteed to give you some salvage. The next one we're gonna go to now, it's guaranteed to give you essence, so it's about 3,000 to 4,000 points of essence. And the last one, it's guaranteed to give you another weapon. So we're gonna do the essence one now. Now this is the weapon one. Probably you might find that on the Model L, or the weapon that you guys choose to play with, you might run out of bullets. So instead of buying a new set of bullets, just get the weapon that you get for free from here, because automatically you will have a full ammo capacity. So at least in this way, you avoid to kind of buy new rounds and waste some of your essence. Now we're getting our salvage as well, and in this way we can kind of guarantee ourselves to get a new self-revive. Missed a few here. So we go salvage. Now we finish this, so we can go back, finish the round, and continue the main mission.
try and undead yourself from that, you shit fucker.
Double points.
It's like a symphony of bodily harm.
Damn, that calibration sequence is taking its sweet time.
So we've got enough essence points now to pack a punch to level 2. It might be a bit early for a few of you guys, but I would really recommend doing so kind of early in the game, because at least in this way you don't have to worry about it and you're gonna be able to use this for later on. Also, I'm not sure if it's a direct correlation, but once you have a higher pack a punched weapon, the reward in the small chest in the water is better. Okay, let's do the SAM trial as well before we go and continue the main mission. Just need a bit of points here, so I think it should be enough. Once you have your pistols pack a punched at least to level 1, I would really recommend doing the SAM trials. Some of them are super easy, and for example this one you just have to stand still and kill all the zombies. Remember, you have the PhD proper, which is, you know, pretty good, and by doing that you're just guaranteeing yourself some free loot throughout the game, which, you know, it's pretty easy to do. Get some extra points as well. The only downside, and this is something you have to be careful, it's not to finish your round. So just make sure to do this when you're kind of early on in the game, or beginning of a round, and kind of get rid of the SAM trial then. Supposed to do it at the end when you're relying on then 1-2 zombies to follow you around the map. Perfect, so we've got our self-revive now, and we can continue and do our mission. Okay, so the first one is left of where the boat is, so it's just behind this rocky island. Once you approach it, you'll be able to see a small kind of white, blue bulb, sorry, and that's when you know you're at the right place. What I really suggest doing with these missions is to kind of wait and train the zombies for a bit, and then when you see the orb shooting the energy thing into the zombie, try to wait for them to be close to the orb and then kill them there. What this does, first of all, allows you to be closer to it, so you won't be necessarily slowed down for too long and potentially get killed. Or when you're super close to them and they die inside the orb naturally gets the energy straight that the zombie drops. So in this way you don't even need to collect it or to put yourself in, it just gets done by itself. So this is a nice way to kind of do it. It's easier, it's also a lot safer for you not to get downed or killed during this process, and I think it's what kind of saves me on a number of occasions to complete this, you know, quite quickly as well.
potion changed state. Careful, gases can be volatile.
It really boiled my piss, knowing this Frankenstein shit show was financed by Uncle Sam.
With proper funding, a motivated scientist will go to any length in the name of research. Not that I have any personal
Turn
experience
them
as a
to
scientist.
pieces.
You lost your head a long time ago. I just made it official.
By fire! Just make it solid.
I could do this all day. I got plenty of corpses. About fucking time.
That artificial intelligence Panofsky's files mentioned might be our ticket off this island. I don't know how aware it is, but if I lay on the old peg charm with some binary sweet talk, might just tell us what hole Richtofen crawled into.
Okay, so with all of this done, now we want to go back to the room and craft ourselves the wonder weapon. What I would suggest, when you park your boat here, have a quick peek at the edge of the structure, and you'll be seeing a cable which has something in between two lines. If there's something there, means that that area doesn't need to be done later on. If there's nothing there, keep a note of that, because we might have to come back to it later. So by doing so, this is going to help you in the mission that you'll see later on in the game, and you'll be having 3 spots on the map, one of them being where the docking boat is here above the mainland, and 2 others are on an island and in one of the caves. So just bear that in mind, because if the docking area is done, then you don't have to worry about coming back to it later.
Max ammo.
Right, so we have waited for this mission to go first, and now we can try find our hard drive. Usually if it's not upstairs, it's clearly one of the rooms downstairs, so we're gonna try to find those there. So we're gonna launch this one. Sometimes you can be super lucky and just find it first time. If not, you might have to look at all 3 doors. But either way, by doing that, this is definitely gonna help you have a quicker outcome just by doing the room quick, get the hard drive, and then move on. I would suggest doing this at the beginning of a round, simply because you're gonna want to keep some zombies later for this particular part of the mission, and not to end the round too quickly, or too late either. You just want to keep the most amount of zombies and have them ready for the actual mission later. Okay, so now we're looking for the numbers that we're gonna need later as well. So these are left throughout the map. Let's drop our hard drive first, and then we will gonna look at it again.
A bump of this should do the trick. Pretty sure the warranty's
Okay,
voided,
so
but that's your
first
problem
place
now.
that we're gonna have to look for the number is the clock here. The second place, it's where the canteen is, and then on the notice board you see a playing card, which we looked at earlier. And then the third one, it's again a notice board, and that's again where the crafting table is nearby. So once you had those three locations, we'll be now able to go downstairs,
Raptor 1, we're making progress.
look at the
I want
big
us off
tube
this rock
chamber
as soon as
where
it's free.
we've powered up the entire place, and then add the code to release Nathan. Right, we've got insta kill.
To my ears.
We're gonna actually take advantage of this, so we're gonna add the code now.
Vent. Hatch.
And with the pistols and the insta kill power up, this is gonna help us kill Nathan quicker. So let's just hope the chamber opens in good time.
It's already too
Okay,
far
so Nathan is out. You might see because of this the kill, we have chunked a bit of health. It also helps that we have the pistols packer punched to level 2. So this is why I've mentioned, guys, it's definitely worth doing this early on because you don't have to worry about it, and it does help you when you get to this mission. So just try to do it as early as you can. It's definitely doable with packer punch level 1 2, but you know, the higher the packer punch, the better. Gonna skip the animation here, and now we're gonna want to get the key cards that Nathan has dropped. So this is just down here,
Input the command via a PC in the communication.
and while we're here as well, there's another thing that we're gonna want to do, and that's an oxygen tab that is hidden underneath a rock. So my health bar is going down, so let's quickly grab this before we're gonna die. Perfect. So once you have this, you can stay longer under the water, but again, just be mindful, you have the big octopus thing that is gonna come after you anyway. So it's just really, if you do a longer dive and you just want to, you know, be on the safe side. Okay, so now going back again to the shipwreck, first thing you want to do before you jump in there is to have a look at these two crates. There's one just at the entrance of this area, and then there's another crate just next to the staircase. I also like before arriving there to just kill those 4 flying things, because that would be annoying. So, you know, just to prevent dying, just do it when you're on the edge of the boat. Alright, so now once you have the first generator collected, this is when the room will lock, and you'll have this small round base situation where some zombies will try to attack you. If you have the shock sticks, you can throw one straight in the door and this will open directly, but if you don't have them, just, you know, wait and do the mission. You should be absolutely fine because you have the pistols packer punch level 2, the PhD flopper. You should be absolutely flying here.
Carver owes me a beer when this is over.
Max ammo.
Okay, so because I know that one of them is already fitted, now it makes a lot more sense to just go for the ones that most likely are empty. So this is one of them.
You know, with live people.
And now we're gonna go and get the new generator and go and fit it in the second one. So again, as I said, if you have kept an eye earlier on the docking area, just where the land is, you might have seen that this cable is connected. So this is just a way to kind of skip this part of this mission through and not to have to go into some area that is already done. Actually through downstairs, so leave your boat here, go up the stairs, and on the left hand side you should have the entrance that goes to the cave. So we're gonna have to open this now, and then just follow the cable on the left and you'll be seeing the discontinued cable just here where you have to do it. Perfect. So now this is all done. We now have to go back upstairs and get a briefcase which helps us to continue the main mission.
Oscar Strauss? Are the others with you?
What is this? Some kind of a sick joke?
You are speaking with the synaptic algorithm module. Call me Sam.
Explain yourself. Why do you sound like Agent Maxis?
She was my source code. The true Samantha Maxis sacrificed herself to save your world.
Yeah. May she, rest in peace.
Do not worry, Pat. I do not share her grievances. My priority is to get you all off that island.
Well, if we can hijack Modi's mini-sub, we can get back my warheads and make our getaway.
I can do that, but I will need your assistance.
Okay, so again guys, a reminder, just try to keep a few zombies behind you, and this is why I've mentioned you don't want to finish this round too quick, because we want to make sure we entered the final boss fight with level 12 or level 13 round.
I instructed Peck and Strauss.
Okay, so now we're gonna have to wait for Peck to give us the briefcase. This briefcase is gonna help us go and do the next part of the mission. I'm gonna train a few zombies here.
Fast, people. Modi could be halfway to Japan by now.
And now we also gonna want to get a bit more time into building our super Stuffy. Now, the reason I've left it to this part of the mission is because it can get a bit crowded downstairs, and by doing the super Stuffy now, it's just gonna guarantee you to have an extra help, at least to self-revive. You're not necessarily killing the zombies. Okay, all the stuff is you collected, they will appear here, and this is just a way for you to tally which ones you have. At this point I've completely forgot that we have one more left, so I was just tallying them up, and it's the one that is actually here on the cage, which is quite easy to get to. So we're gonna go and pick him up now as well. But also by interacting with all the stuff, they will drop different parts of tacticals. So if you're missing something, you could always collect one. At this point, before moving forward with the mission itself, you also want to make sure you have 2 smoke grenades, because these are crucial for the next part of the mission. And if you don't have them, make sure to craft them, because this will help you move on with the rest. Right, so this is the last Stuffy. Now we're gonna go back in the room, interact with one of them, and this will put together our little helper. Right, so Mega Stuffy is done. Now let's go and finish the mission. Now this is where after you finish the mission, you can go straight into getting the final boss fight. So, you know, just be mindful, because if you need a bit more time to get some other things done, you have time between these rounds. But once you start this part of the mission, you have to go and complete it, and then before you go and fight patient 13, you have a bit of time in between. Okay, so for this mission, what I really recommend is just powering through with the boat, and just before you arrive, just get out, kill the flying zombies, and then get the laptop out. By doing that, you kind of, you know, guarantee not to die. If you do have the Juggernog perk and, you know, you're fully plated up, you should be absolutely fine. And even if you're not, I have not had an issue to die during this mission. But just to be on the safe side, you have quite a bit of time, so just make sure to kill them beforehand. They're a bit annoying, so at least you don't have to worry about them. Okay, so we're approaching the last one. Quite nice and easy. Okay, and now because this is done, just gonna go onto the boat and try to drive towards the entrance of the lab cave.
Submarine controls.
Ha! In your fucking face, Modi. Damn you.
Checkmate, Doctor.
So, you convinced the synaptic algorithm module to assist you. Well, I have a little remote control surprise of my own. Authorization.
And as you would approach this part of the map, guys, this is where actually things will be quite straightforward if you're focusing on the actual detonation. So just throw the smoke grenade inside of the detonating thing. This is gonna at least put some cover away and help you to kind of do it without any issues. In my case here, I've thrown it a bit too inside, and zombies kind of could see me, so they were attacking. What I would suggest, kind of go with it equipped, and then throw it in that proximity. And once you've done so, you should be able to easily detonate this within the time of the smoke grenade. As you also can see, the Mega Stuffy is there trying to help. It's not super aggressive as the Hellhound was, but at least it's good because it's there and it helps you to revive if you die. So because I've used the 2 smoke grenades, I'm gonna have to go to the crafting table and get 2 more, and we're gonna get those straight away. The next one, it's just under here, so again throw your smoke there, and as you can see here, I've thrown it correctly, and it just helped. But because of the Mega Stuffy, he's helping us, so we should be fine. And then the last one is underneath. Again, look at that, Mega Stuffy is really helping us here.
Or is it just desperation?
Smoke out.
And this should be it. Now, one of the other things I would suggest you guys doing before fighting the main boss is just to be a bit wary of the actual munition that you guys need. If you pack a punch to level 3, the munition that you need to buy is more expensive. At pack a punch level 2, you only cost 2,500 essence, which is, you know, pretty good, pretty straightforward. So just be mindful of this because you'll definitely impact you when doing the last bit of the mission.
Welcome wagon. Just don't damage my warhead.
So now, in order to prepare for the end of the battle, there's one last Easter egg that is probably worth doing, and that's the control tower. So the control tower, if shot with an explosive round, this will guarantee you max ammo. And this is what we're gonna do now, because we're quite low on ammo. I'm just gonna shoot that, get the max ammo, and now we're gonna go and do another SAM trial, and hopefully by doing this it's gonna give us a really nice reward. So let's see what the trial is. Great, so we're gonna have to do energy mine, which is again quite easy. We're gonna put the energy mine, and this is gonna do its thing now.
Proud of the minor success you are experiencing. You are a motivated
Cool.
description, not sound.
Okay, that's it. Okay, so this was quite nice and easy. Let's get rid of this mangler.
Trial milestone
Conscious of my
day 3.
bullets here, and there you go. We have a refined Ethereum crystal, so we're gonna use that on the wonder weapon, and this is gonna help us in between the rounds with patient 13. Okay, because we got down earlier, we lost some perks, so just gonna get these ones because they are all we need. We still have Mega Stuffy after us, so that's quite good. And because it's a new round, I thought to crack on and try to get as many essence points as we could. Now, the point I was trying to do here is to get at least 2500 essence points to have them as backup when we're doing the mission, because by doing that, at least it again guarantees us one ammo reload when needed.
Sorry to
But
interrupt
as you guys can see, also the Wonder Weapon Packer Punch level 2, it's absolutely insane, so should be fine. But even if you guys couldn't get the Weapon to Packer Punch level 2, you should have had enough essence to get it to at least level 1, which again is good enough, and it should be sufficient for doing the boss battle. Okay, so we've got another SEM trial. Let's go and do this as well. It should be quite easy, this one, because it should be the dimensional cannon, which again is fine. So all you have to do now is just to train the zombies, and when there are quite a bit of them, you just switch on the cannon. Okay, so we're gonna do this now. It won't cost anything because it's part of the mission. And there you have it. This is super easy. Just make sure you stay on the edge of the cannon, otherwise you're going to be sucked in yourself. But once you're close by, you can let go and you should be fine. So again, this is going to give us a nice reward, but if you do get sucked in the cannon as I did, it's going to spawn you somewhere else. So just be mindful of this, because it can take a bit of time to go back. Reward. Nice, so we had a ray gun. We won't trade it on the weapon we have because it's I think it's a lot better when packer punched. So let's just move on and fight patient 30 now. Okay, so on our way to the door, there's also another small chest here, which I forgot about, but because we're level high up, we have got really good reward. So look at that, we've got an epic tool, which is brilliant, and it's all we needed for the pistol. So we just need a bit more essence before we go, so hopefully we can reclaim that when we're in the game.
Everyone still here?
So far,
Good.
guys, we are ready
getting
to
started.
take on Patient 13. We're gonna skip this part of the mission and just crack on. So the thing that I would recommend doing the most with this mission is just to move as much as possible. Just move around him. The first 2 rounds are kind of the ones that you want to stay alive the most, not to end up using your self-revive. Bear in mind, Stuffy won't be able to help you here. He doesn't come to this part of the mission, so just be mindful of this. But once you're kind of inside the first 2 rounds, as I said, just move around. Doesn't matter how long it takes, just do the damage that you need and you'll be absolutely fine.
You weren't using your brain anyway.
That's right. Crawl away and die, you rancid bastard. Oh, if only it were that simple.
Yeah, bet he's just licking his wounds. Assuming he has a tongue. Even the strongest metal breaks down eventually. I'm sure as shit doing my part.
body die. It's the human will to survive. Strong. He was human.
Either he dies or we do. That's the only way this ends. Word of warning, there may be some collateral damage.
What a foul abomination. In my experience, taxidermy is ideally conducted post-mortem.
Okay, so now we've entered the third phase of the patient 13 mission. Now this is the one where you want again to move around more, and when you see the blue energy mine, this is when you want to jump in the water. You're gonna have to dodge the sides that the patient 13 is blocking on the platform. So when you do that, when you jump inside the water, just make sure to kind of clear the zombies that are waiting for you upstairs. One other thing, if you do end up getting downed, don't forget you have the PhD Flopper as the first perk, so even if you're losing some perks in the process of being revived, just make sure to revive before the PhD Flopper. Also in that time, just make sure to also damage patient 13 as much as possible, because don't forget that's kind of a free space time, and when you do that, it's just gonna make everything easier for you to complete. Again, we have to dodge, and as I said, you have zombies waiting for you here, so just be mindful, especially if you're low on ammo. You might want to go and dive back in the water. Again, don't forget about the huge octopuses, because those are also dealing with splash damage, so just try to make this area as clear as possible, so it has a bit of safe haven when you go back in, because by doing that, it's just gonna guarantee you some sort of space when going back on the platform. Okay, so on the final part here, just gonna have to deal with a bit more damage. That was very close. It would be a lot easier if you could stay at the back of the platform. Here is just the splash damage that you get from the tentacles, so just be mindful of that. And there we have it, guys. It's all done. Again, I think the most important thing, just to summarize, is to get your pistols to Pack-a-Punch level 2 at least. In terms of the rarity of the pistols, go with blue, and this will guarantee you some success when it comes down to patient 13. Also, your wonder weapon should be Pack-a-Punch to level 1. If you have a Pack-a-Punch level 1, again, this is gonna help. And moving on, when everything is done, you should get some nice rewards as well. So this is it for today, guys. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I hope you have found some useful tips, and if you did, please make sure to like, subscribe and comment in the section down below. And if you have any other suggestions on how to do this, feel free to share them with the community. As I said, my name is Miles Joe. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks so much for your support, and see you guys in the next video soon.
Is obsessed with an ancient relic called the Sentinel artifact. He believes it has the ability to manipulate a form of protomatter called prima materia.
You can't be serious. The term comes straight from medieval alchemy. Don't ask me to believe such horseshit. I am a man of science.
As is Director Richtofen, Dr. Strauss. The artifact is believed to be somewhere in the Principality of Avalon. He hired a
revenge, young lady. I'm not chasing after an old wives' tale.
Oscar, we've all seen things that seemed impossible. And Richtofen is no fool. If he and Sam believe that this artifact can actually bring her back, we have to try. We can't give up on her. She never gave up on us.
She's right. Let's see for ourselves if this Sentinel thing is the real deal.
Agreed. But I still want to know where that bastard Richtofen is hiding.
Unknown. He may be en route to Avalon to collect the artifact.
Then let's find it before he does.
Heads up, people. Helo